Hey, what's up guys, Austin here, and I just wanted to make a quick video before I head to the airport in about like 3 hours. So you might notice one thing about this video, it's probably a little bit lower quality than what you've been used to in the last couple of videos. That's because I'm filming on my old camera, which is the Canon T3i, because in today's video I wanted to show you guys my vlogging setup that I talked about in my last video. So for this setup, I'm going to be using this for a lot of different things, but I want to be filming some vlogs with it as well as some other projects. So I just wanted to show you guys my setup and what I'm going to be using for that. So without further ado, let's just jump right into that. So if you guys didn't already know, this is the camera that I upgraded from my Canon T3i. So this is the Sony a6300. It's a really popular 4K camera and for good reason. So there are a couple things that I changed on my setup. So normally I'm using the Sigma 18-35 f1.8, but if you guys know that lens, it's a really big, heavy, expensive lens that I don't want to be taking on the go. So I switched it out for this Sony 10-18 f4 lens. And there are three important things about it. So first of all, it's a wide angle lens, which is going to be really great for the stuff that I'm trying to shoot, especially with vlogs and stuff. It's much easier to work with. The second thing is it's much smaller and lighter than the Sigma 18-35. It's just smaller, especially with the adapter that I'm usually using with this Sony camera. And then the third thing is it has optical image stabilization, which is super important since I'm going to be walking around with this lens, not in a controlled environment. And those are the three things that I like about this lens. So something else that I forgot to mention was that this lens, using a native Sony lens on the a6300, the autofocus is really fast. So that's a really great thing that I'm going to be able to use on this camera, because I'm not going to be able to monitor the settings and anything while I'm vlogging like this. So having really fast autofocus is key, and this autofocus is fast AF. I'm not talking about autofocus. Now, an important thing to note here is that unfortunately the a6300 doesn't actually have a flip out screen. It just has a swivel one that just goes up and down. But fortunately, there is an app that comes with the camera that you can put on your phone that you can see the screen from your phone. So it's a little bit of a workaround, and it's not the best thing ever, but if I ever need it for something, I can use that. And I will be going for a lot more cinematic stuff anyway, so hopefully that won't be too much of a problem with this camera. So we can move on to what's on the top here, and actually this is the Rode Video Mic. This is the Rode Video Micro, and it's a really small portable microphone that I'm using. It plugs right into your camera. It doesn't use batteries or anything. So it's really small, really versatile. I'm actually borrowing this from Joel, so I need to figure out whether I'm going to be using this or upgrading to something like the Video Mic Pro from Rode or anything like that. So if you guys have any suggestions down below, leave that. But I'm going to be using this over this weekend, so I'm going to see how that audio sounds from this. But this is a really nice microphone from what I've heard. If you guys want a more in-depth video, Tomas did a really good video that I can link you guys down in the description if you guys want more information and more in-depth coverage on this lens. But basically, it's a very small microphone. It doesn't use batteries. It just plugs right into the camera, which is really good because I don't really want to worry about batteries. And if I don't really like the audio, then I'll upgrade to something better. But this is actually probably good enough for what I'm going to be using it for. I do like the fact that it comes with this light coat shock mount, since I'm going to be walking around with it, and then this nice red cable, coiled cable, which is small enough, but it looks nice enough on top of the camera. And an added bonus is that this all costs around $70, which really isn't expensive for a microphone. And it also comes with this dead cat, so when I'm walking around outside, I'll be able to get good clean audio from the microphone. And then of course, as a YouTube vlogger, I would be remiss if I didn't carry around the famous Joby Gorillapod. Now, I didn't actually buy this for vlogging. I bought it for my trip that I took 2 months ago, and it served really good purposes. When I was taking pictures of waterfalls and I needed stabilization, something to put it on, it served really nice. So I'm actually I really like this, and it has really good things about it. So first of all, it has this really slim mount, so you didn't even notice it when I had it on here before, and it just go ahead and click it into place and it's on there. So this isn't the biggest camera, but it's also not the smallest camera, so I want something a little bit more substantial than a selfie stick. So this should be a pretty good vlogging setup, and the quality from this camera is amazing. So I'm pretty excited to see what I can get out of this setup right here. But just some things that I added: the lens, the mic, and the Gorillapod. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll actually have a link down in the description to my kit, which is a website where you can post your different setups, and that'll be down in the description below. But you guys can check out my desk setup, my camera setup, and my vlogging setup. So that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hope to get some good vlogs. Peace.